I was about to pack things up for the week and be done with things, but then I saw this speech that Donald Trump gave at the DOJ, and boy, oh boy, was it unhinged. Now, Donald Trump has always been somebody who has been driven by his own personal grievances. This is something he used in the 2024 campaign and previous campaigns. I mean, this is just kind of who Donald Trump is. But he is really starting to take things to a whole new level. And because he is now the sitting president of the United States, giving a speech like this in front of the DOJ just carries so much more weight than it might otherwise would. He pretty much stood up there and listed his enemies one by one by one and basically called on the DOJ to go after these people. Donald Trump went full fascist here. Let's go ahead and take a look at this first clip where he's calling out Marc Elias directly. Marc Elias is somebody who runs Democracy Docket. He is somebody who is trying to stand up for our democracy and hold somebody like Donald Trump accountable. If you guys do appreciate my work, please do remember to subscribe.
United States, with the help of radicals like Marc Elias, Mark Pomerantz, and these are people that nobody's ever seen anything like it. So many others, but these are people that are bad people, really bad people. They tried to turn America into a corrupt, communist, and third world country. But in the end, the thugs failed and the truth won.
Yeah, the truth won. Donald Trump's MAGA reality bubble somehow took the cake because he won the 2024 election. Donald Trump, I think he honestly thinks that because he got voted into office in 2024, that all of the things that he has done, all of the crimes that he has committed have somehow just been washed away. And that what he did wasn't actually unlawful. He wasn't actually breaking any laws. Because I got elected, bro. I can do no wrong. That is pretty much what Donald Trump is saying here. And let's just not forget how insane it is for a president of the United States to be listing off his enemies one by one. There's supposed to be a degree of separation between the DOJ and the office of the president, because we understood that we didn't want to give one man that type of power over the nation's largest police enforcement agency. I mean, this is just absolutely unhinged stuff. Here he is talking about how it must be illegal to criticize somebody like Aileen Cannon.
And I didn't know her. I still don't know her. I don't believe I ever spoke to her, even during the trial. But I did appoint her, federal judge. And these fake lawyers, these horrible human beings, were hitting her so hard, public relations-wise. They were playing the ref. I don't think it's legal. I don't think it's legal. They might as well go out and just shout it in a courthouse.
What does that even mean? Criticizing somebody that is in the MAGA bubble is now illegal? I mean, Donald Trump has been doing this more and more and more. He tried to say that if you were boycotting Tesla, well, that was somehow an illegal action. Anybody who goes against MAGA or Donald Trump is now being deemed as criminal or illegal or disgusting. I mean, these are the words of a fascist, people. This is how fascists operate. Any criticism at all must be snapped back into line or punished. Donald Trump is a fragile, fragile man baby, and now anybody who might go against him in the slightest is now a target. Here he is talking about how pretty much what Democrats do is 100% illegal.
And they'll write whatever they say. And what do you do to get rid of it? You convict Trump. All you have to do is be really tough on him and ultimately convict him, and they leave you alone. It's totally illegal what they do. I just hope you can all watch for it, but it's totally illegal.
So people in Congress holding Donald Trump accountable for all of his unlawful behavior is now illegal. Democrats actually trying to hold him to account for leading an insurrection against the United States of America. Oh, well, that's now illegal. Everything they do is illegal, guys. The Democrats come after me. That means it's illegal. This is absolutely unhinged. This should not be acceptable whether you're a Democrat, a Republican, an independent, a non-voter. This is not how the President of the United States is supposed to act. And I don't know if Donald Trump is feeling the pressure from all of the lawsuits that he keeps on losing in court. I don't know if he's feeling pressure in some other way. But this speech was like beyond unhinged. Here he is talking about another individual who is part of CREW, which is the Citizens for Responsibility and Ethics in Washington, I believe is what the organization is called. But here he is calling Norm Eisen out. Sorry if I butchered that name.
There's a guy named Norm Eisen. I don't even know what he looks like. His name is Norm Eisen of CREW. He's been after me for 9 years. Now, CREW is a charitable organization. And the reason I'm saying this, Todd, is I'm only going to get one chance to say this. But these are bad people. I don't know who he is. I don't know what he looks like. But everything I read is Norm Eisen of CREW. And CREW is a charitable organization. And that's a political thing. His sole life is to get Donald Trump. And he's been vicious and violent. And he's trying, and he probably had pretty good success over the years. But with me, how did he do? I think I'm president. Am I here because I'm president? But we had to take all of that abuse. Even during the trials, we had to take tremendous abuse. Like, you know, these wonderful guys, they're not legitimate people. They're horrible people. They're scum.
Mark my words. Do you notice how he was calling them out as a nonprofit organization? Donald Trump is going to start going after these types of organizations. CREW, as we stated before, is the Citizens for Responsibility and Ethics in Washington. That means they look for corruption in Washington, D.C. And of course, Donald Trump is probably on the top of that list because Donald Trump is the most corrupt president that this country has probably ever seen. Donald Trump is an individual. All his life is nothing but corruption. He is a garbage human being. And it is just so insane that he has been elected to a second term in office, especially after he tried to overthrow the United States government on January 6th and assembled a fake slate of electors to try to overturn a free and fair election. And America was like, man, those egg prices, huh? Let's vote for the other guy. You know, MAGA will constantly say that Donald Trump is full of bluster. He's just being hyperbolic. But mark my words, he is coming after these people. We have already seen how he is going after different news agencies, different polling agencies. He is collecting millions upon millions of dollars for these companies to settle out of court with him. I mean, he is coming after these people. Donald Trump is on a revenge tour. That is what this is. Do not let them lie to you. This is fascist behavior. Donald Trump is using the power of his office to go after his enemies. It is just, it's beyond the pale. This should not be happening in the United States of America. Donald Trump always talks about how we got these third world countries. Well, while he is tearing our country down, our credibility down, our reliability down to a lower status country. All while crying that people are just so mean to him. These people are pathetic. Here's Donald Trump talking about how CNN and MSNBC, well, they must be corrupt. And guess what? What they do is illegal too.
And I believe that CNN and MSDNC, who literally write 97.6% bad about me, are political arms of the Democrat Party. And in my opinion, they're really corrupt and they're illegal. What they do is illegal.
Again, what do you say to this? So now that CNN does some reporting or MSNBC has some opinion columnists that might go after Donald Trump, now what all they do is now illegal. Is he going to try to substantivize that in any way? Is he going to provide any proof that they are somehow correlating or, corroborating with the DNC, with the Democratic Party? No, Donald Trump is a man-child. His ego is bruised, And because there are so many people that might work for CNN or MSNBC that write critical pieces or speak critically of Donald Trump, well, then we got to go after them too. Because as we've already established, Donald Trump just cannot handle the slightest bit of pushback. He is a wannabe authoritarian, and this is fascist behavior. Here he is talking exactly the same way about newspapers that he doesn't like.
And these newspapers are really no different than a highly paid political operative. And it has to stop. It has to be illegal. It's influencing judges, and it's really changing law, and it just cannot be legal. I don't believe it's legal. And they do it in total coordination with each other, and everything we do, we're restoring law, restoring order, and restoring public safety in America. That's what we want to do.
So now it's a giant conspiracy. We've got the newspapers, we got CNN, we got MSNBC, we got the Democratic Party, and they're just all working together to fight back against Donald Trump. Is that what he's laying down here? Is he ever going to provide any evidence for that actually being the case? What do you say to this? What does MAGA say to this? Is this appropriate? Or are our suspicions correct? If you were to dress up all of these fascist talking points in a different way that didn't, label them as fascist, the hardcore MAGA converts would totally be in alignment with this. They probably think this stuff is great. They think that Donald Trump should be going after these people because in their world, criticizing dear leader is a cardinal sin. We just got to do better here on the left, fighting back against this right-wing media ecosystem. Show you this one last clip because here is a true slip of the tongue here. See if you can catch it.
People you don't even want to know about. But as many of you do know, well, we're focused on persecuting, and these people were really focused on persecuting.
We are focused on persecuting. I think that really sums it up, right? Donald Trump literally sat in front of the DOJ and listed off one by one all of these people, all of these organizations that he has disagreements with. There's probably a better word I could have used there, but all of these personal grievances, one by one by one by one. Now they're all being classified as illegal. And does anybody for a minute think that this is not a call on the DOJ with his sycophantic leadership like Kash Patel, Pam Bondi? Do you think they're just sitting by and not going to do anything about this? Or are they going to fall in line and start going after these different targets like Daddy Trump just told them to do? We are living in the upside down, folks. This stuff is not normal. As we mentioned before, the president's office and the DOJ should not be working this closely together. But Donald Trump has broken all of those norms down and is now commanding his DOJ to start going after his political enemies. And this is something that he did in his first term. He went after one of the FBI directors. He went after Comey. He went after Hillary. And because they didn't get any convictions, well, MAGA will try to tell you that, oh, he didn't try to do that. Mark my words, he is coming after these people. He's coming after organizations like Crew. He's coming after people like Marc Elias. He's coming after 501c3s that he sees as, an opponent to him. And he is going to use the office of the presidency to do it. This is fascist stuff. When we talk about fascism, this is what we are talking about. Going after your enemies. Trying to silence opposition with violence. It's not okay, and we need to push back against it every step of the way. So I will leave it there for now, guys. If you guys got anything out of this video, please do remember to smash that like button and subscribe. Maybe share with a friend or two. I'd very much appreciate that. Like I said, we got to build something here on the left that can adequately push back against this right-wing media ecosystem that just shovels this type of shit for Donald Trump every single day. So if you do like what I do here, please do remember to subscribe. If you guys want to see how the corruption in the Trump White House is spilling out onto the White House lawn, go ahead and watch that video on the screen now. Otherwise, I'll see you guys on the next one.